I'll take 2 extra minutes to give you a break. So, good evening. So, what is it? Samosa? What kind of samosa is it? जब तक रहेगा समोसे में आलू, तब तक रहेगा बिहार में लालू. That's what I think when I came out and saw you. So, thank you for the opportunity. Excited, but since I have a defining work to speak about, and have just 6 minutes, I'll end the pleasantries here. Initially, I had thought of contrasting 2 books. One was George Orwell's 1984, and the other was Aldous Huxley's The Brave New World, because they both predicted to antithetical dystopias. And ironically and interestingly, as it were, both of them are coming true. But then I changed my mind. I thought, don't worry, I won't read all of this. Then I thought, I'll talk of a book that looks at a near future and the uncomfortable realities of that near future and the question that would be asked of us. Some of you may be aware of a term, uncanny valley. Uncanny valley is the unsettling feeling that human or we experience when we are interacting with AI systems or androids or robots, which are very close to us, as it were, but yet unrealistic. And that unsettling feeling is called uncanny valley. I think this masterpiece from Kazuo Ishiguro, Klara and the Sun, basically describes this uncanny valley immaculately and to the T, as it were, and then poses some questions. First, the plot, just to get you into this. The book is set in a dystopian future where AI performs most of the jobs that you and I do, and it is only some high-ranked humans who have access to food and housing. Roti, kapda, makan. So this is only the high rank which have access to food and housing. And in this world, Klara, the protagonist, is a solar-powered android artificial friend. And she is basically designed to be companion of children of high rank. Of course, it is only the high rank which can afford an artificial friend. When the book opens, Klara is on sale at a departmental store, along with other android artificial friends and other android girl artificial friends. Soon, Josie, who's 14 years old, walks into the store with her mother and picks up Klara and takes her home. Josie is a lifted child, which would mean that Josie has been genetically modified. We also learn that this genetic engineering or modification makes children susceptible to serious illnesses. We also learn that Sal, Josie's elder sister, was also genetically modified and at some stage succumbed to one of those serious diseases. Klara gets to know Josie better. She also gets to know Josie's friend Rick, who is the same age as Klara but has not been lifted. Therefore, his chances of success is negligible in this AI-led world. Josie, by the way, has been lifted because that gives her chance of success in an AI-led world. That's why she has been genetically modified. Over time, Klara also figures Josie's mother and her motivation. Soon, to cut a longer story short, Josie becomes ill. And Klara sets out, with some help from Rick, Josie's friend, to save Josie. But 6 minutes, right? Since Klara is solar powered, her energy comes from sun. And though she's a machine, begins to believe that the healing touch of the sun can cure or save Josie, and she tries to figure out ways to placate the sun so that, and even at a potentially at a cost of her own life, to save Josie. I won't tell you more. For that, you have to read the book. The reason that I chose this book to share with you is because, as I said, it raises some pertinent questions. Some of them uncomfortable, but pertinent. As we witness the mad AI race, especially post the launch of ChatGPT. How many of you have tried it? So especially post launch of ChatGPT, then I believe these questions would soon be asked of us. And I fear we have not even begun to have a dialogue around these questions. Definitely don't have any inkling, and we don't even know the questions. The first question I think the book raises: look, Josie is lifted, right? She's genetically engineered, therefore she is many degrees or some degrees cyborg, right? Klara is an android. Okay. But with every experience, she becomes more and more anthropoid. So, what is it to be human? Who's human, and what is it to be human? Second question is: Josie's human mother is willing to sacrifice Josie's life to improve her chances of success in life, in spite of the fact that she has lost her elder daughter to this genetic modification. On the other hand, the android Klara, is ready to sacrifice her own life to save Josie. So, who is more human? The third question is: look, we still cannot accept the idea of maybe sapient android and sapient machine and so on, but not truly a sentient machine with a self and with that idea of consciousness that we have. So, will our definition of self and self-consciousness, as it were, change? The fourth question is: what will be our relationship with our machines? Will they be like our refrigerators? Or Alexa, which has a name but has a personality of a cardboard? Or as one of the characters in the book, who meets Klara for the first time, wonders aloud, should I treat her as a guest or as a vacuum cleaner? And the last question in the book, Klara always refers to sun with capital S, reverence and yada yada yada. It's not rational. She's a machine, and machine, and so she that's an irrational thinking. So is faith very integral to what we understand to human, if you will? Well, all of this points to my mind. My question, my intrigue was: can a Klara become Josie? And this is the question that I want to share with you. With that, I have been floating in my head since I read this book a couple months back, which is an uncanny valley question, if you will. Will our Josies become Klara? Will our machines become more human-like, or we become more machine-like? Where does the man ends and machine begins, and vice versa? These are, like Hari pointed out, you pointed out. Look, these are some of who are we? What is it? What is it to be human? What is self-awareness? What is consciousness? These are pertinent questions, man-old questions. But so far we have looked at these questions only and only through the lenses of religion and or philosophy. I covered some of these questions in my last book, Where Will Man Take Us? And honestly, when I was thinking of that book, I thought we will be, that's what excites me about AI and so on, because I think the first time, these are the questions that Plato and Kesakambali asked. And first time we'll be putting more scientific and algorithmic lenses to these questions. But honestly, when I was contemplating these questions and possible answers to them, I thought we would be facing these questions in the second part of this century. I don't know if it's good or bad, but I think ChatGPT, to my mind, advances things by 25 to 40 years. And these questions are around us. And I wonder and I fear that, as I said, we don't even know what the questions are. And we haven't begun talking about them. Okay.